Fiscal policy has certainly been a tailwind for the U.S. economy. I mean, when you look at the impact of fiscal policy on the various economic data, one of the most direct impacts is on the labor market. There's a very close correlation between how much money the government spends and the unemployment rate. And so obviously we've seen considerable deficits over the last few quarters. You know, the fiscal deficit divided by GDP is, you know, between 7.5% and 8.5%, depending on which number you look at. Very, very high. I mean, there's really no precedent for that outside of recessions and wars. And so essentially the federal government has been spending money through the first half of 2023 as though there were an emergency, even though there obviously has not been an emergency. A lot of that spending is stuff that's going to turn off automatically, like cost of living adjustments to entitlements. It's not legislated, it's just sort of mechanically built into the spending. That'll turn off in the back half of this year. So we don't really expect that to persist. And on top of that, like, look, the private sector is still 85% of the US economy. So while government spending does matter, and it's something that we would never ignore, we think that the weight of the evidence, the gravity of the business cycle still suggests significant economic weakness in 2024, and that the current government dynamics in terms of spending, they aren't going to change that. And they're probably going to become a headwind rather than a tailwind.